What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we are going to be rocking a very fun team here of double fire in the back, that being Victini and Fire Blast Alolan Marowak. This team can put out a lot of damage, and I ran this team a long time ago, back in Season 5, I believe, or no, 4, Season 4, and it was a lot of fun. Now, if you guys have been wondering where I've been, my computer got destroyed. It got the blue screen of death. I wasn't able to repair it, but we are back now, got a new PC, so I hope you guys have been doing well this week in Go Battle League. I'm going to try to give you guys some fun teams. This is going to be one of them, and I got another fun team for you guys tomorrow. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team, these battles, and then let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, getting into this first battle here, we have Azumarill on the lead versus Lickitung, XL Lickitung at that. Now this thing is an absolute monster against our whole team, but as a team we can take this thing down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. I know it's probably going to be Power Whip, but Alolan Marowak and Victini in the back with shields can do extremely well, and my goal is to get this thing as low as possible. Now I'm going to go ahead and go for Play Rough here. If we get a shield, great. If we don't, we just do some nice neutral damage, and we do get a shield, which is fantastic. Now we're going to go ahead and just try to go for the Hydro Pump here, and what I think they're going to do is actually go for a Body Slam. I believe my Azumarill can survive a Body Slam, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go, and it is Body Slam, and we do survive, which means we're going to be able to get to this Hydro Pump in time. This is going to do a lot of neutral damage and get the XL Lickitung extremely low, which will allow Victini to come in and load up on energy. As you guys can see, Confusion is doing a lot of damage. Body Slam as well, we don't need to worry too much. It will do neutral, but we can survive. So what we're going to do here is basically farm down, and then we're going to have to see what they decide to bring in. They decide to bring in a Sableye, but then they also decide to swap straight into Medicham on the charge move. This V-Crate is going to be doing a lot of damage right here, and we're going to go ahead and swap into Alolan Marowak and just get massively ahead on energy. Alolan Marowak with Hex and Shadow Bone and 2 shields versus Pokemon that take massive damage from Shadow Bone is basically a good game. We're going to go ahead and shield the Psychic as well. Look to massively overload on energy right here, and then go ahead and go for a Shadow Bone just before they can get to another charge move. So this Shadow Bone will either get the shield or take out the Medicham right here, and we're well loaded on energy in order to fight this Sableye. All we need to do is basically get to 2 Shadow Bones right here, and this is going to be a good game. So we're going to go ahead and get to that first one. This is going to be getting the shield. No, it doesn't. They let it go through. I could have Fire Blasted right there. That would have been fun. We're just going to keep loading up on energy. Hex gains energy very quickly, and we're going to be able to get to that Shadow Bone quicker than they can get to Foul Play because we are so far ahead on energy. So we're going to go ahead and throw another Shadow Bone right here. This is going to be getting that shield here from the Sableye, and then it's going to be a race. I believe 1 or 2 more Hexes right here to get to Shadow Bone, and that is going to be a good game. Yeah, it was 1 more. So we're going to be able to take out the Sableye right here. Alolan Marowak sweeping this end game. Again, Lickitung on the lead was very strong against my backline, but able to handle it with Azumarill. Soft lose that lead, come in and farm and close this game out. Alright, moving into this next battle. We have Azumarill on the lead versus Venusaur. Terrible lead, got to swap right away. And most Venusaur leads are Venusaur, Galarian, Stunfisk, and a third, that being Pelipper, Galvantula, or in this case Sableye. And Sableye is honestly the worst of the 3 because of the Shadow Claw damage. So we didn't get a shield right there, which is unfortunate. Now with this team as well, you don't want to give up shields. What you want to do is get yourself shield advantage with either the safe swap here with Alolan Marowak or Azumarill from farming down and throwing that Ice Beam to our opponent, right? So we're going to go ahead and come in. We're going to bubble down. We're okay with getting hit with a return. That's perfectly fine with us. What we're looking to do is, like I said, get shield advantage. I know there's a Galarian Stunfisk in the back. This is a very, very common line in the Great League, and Victini can close this game out if it has 2-to-1 shield. So what we need to do here is throw the charge move right away against that Venusaur coming in. They have to respect the Ice Beam. Now, you guys could also run with Ice Beam if you want to. I would highly suggest keeping Play Rough, but we do get a shield, so we're going to swap straight into Victini, get ahead on energy, and we see that they're delayed to coming into the swap, which is perfect. V-Create right here is going to be doing a lot of damage. Now, it also lowers our defenses drastically, but that's okay. That's why we have the 2-to-1 shield advantage. V-Create gets the first shield, which is beautiful. We're going to go ahead and load up. what we need to do is get 2 V-Creates. The first one will take out Galarian Stunfisk. The second one will one-shot the Venusaur, and we should be winning the CMP tie there, I believe, as well. It might not have a Sludge Bomb or a Frenzy Plant ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and block both of these Rock Slides, build up to 2, which we do. Now we can throw the V-Create right here. This is going to be one-shotting the Galarian Stunfisk, so we'll go ahead and boom it. This is a nice boom right here. Boom! One-shots it, and then here comes the Venusaur for another boom. And again, same plan with Chandelure team, where you basically sweep endgame. Boom, takes it out right there, and Victini able to close out very, very strong, even though we lost lead, lost switch, and had a hard counter. Decent counter in the back. Alright, so we got a Azumarill versus Abomasnow, another bad lead. We swap straight to a Alolan Marowak, get ahead on energy. They bring in an Altaria, which is nice here. Alolan Marowak with Hex Shadowbone versus an Altaria is much more favorable than Fire Spin Shadowbone, right? The energy that you gain is very, very nice. Now, they're overloading a lot on energy right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and throw another Shadowbone. I will shield as well. I'm looking to switch the advantage, and they went for Dragon Pulse, which is a huge mistake, everyone. If you're running Altarias, do not go for Dragon Pulse. Go for Sky Attacks here against a Alolan Marowak, because like this case, I decided to shield, so that's a lot of energy wasted, and I get to flip the matchup and have energy, which means Abomasnow can't come back in, sorry. And we will see Jellicent now come in, which means I'm doing super effective damage right here with Shadow Bones and Hex. We do get a shield right there, and a bit of lag, and I'm hoping I can get to one more Shadow Bone, which we can. Alolan Marowak is absolutely incredible. It's why I think it's the greatest Pokemon in the Great League, the GOAT right here, and we get the Jellicent very, very low. Now, they do farm us down, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Azumarill right here. We're going to go ahead and soak the charge move, and then I'm going to swap right away to Victini. Confusion's going to be doing a lot of neutral damage, so we go ahead and swap right away, start chunking down the Jellicent, get ahead on energy, and now Abomasnow only has 1 shield. V-Create will obviously one-shot that Ice Grass typing right here, so we need to build up to 2, plus we're resisting the charge moves right here, right? Because of our fire typing, we resist the Weather Balls, and we resist Energy Ball. So what's important here is to build up to double and go ahead and throw the back-to-back, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. So again, tough lead loss right there, tough mid-game, but my opponent throwing Dragon Pulse definitely put me ahead and allowed me to flip that mid-game matchup, which you guys need to take advantage of when you're utilizing Alolan Marowaks on safe swap. Okay, moving into this next battle. I apologize with the quality as well. I had the settings wrong when I was recording, so it's recording in 30 FPS instead of 60. So in the next videos, they'll be much better. But we have Skarmory on the lead right here. This matchup is decent. Some Skarmorys like to throw Brave Bird right away, then bail, but I decided not to shield, and it's just going to be a Sky Attack, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Hydro Pump right here. Does neutral damage. If you're rocking the Ice Beam Play Rough, obviously throw the Ice Beams for neutral damage. And we do get a shield. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into a Alolan Marowak right here, start getting ahead on energy, and they decide to bring in a Politoed. Now, when it comes to Politoed coming in, Weather Ball won't one-shot, and Shadow Bones won't take them out either, but what I need to do is get this thing low, because what I'm thinking is they may have another water in the back. They may have something like Whiscash or Swampert. A lot of Skarmory leads will sometimes run double counters to tanks, right? Bastion and whatnot. And seeing they had a Politoed here, it makes sense to have a Swampert or Whiscash in the back, so Politoed is safe swap with Blizzard to draw out those Grass-type Pokemon. Now, they also didn't shield right there, but again, I'm sticking to my guns of giving 2 shields to Victini, like I said at the beginning, to sweep. We bring back in Azumarill here to farm down. We can get quite a bit of energy as well. And we'll have to see what they decide to do. Now, we don't have enough energy to threaten the Skarmory just yet, so what we need to do is basically soak this charge move right here. I'm going to go ahead and let it go, and I need to swap straight into Victini again. So we do swap right away. We see them swap as well into a Swampert. So there we go. They are running double water in the back. Now, this matchup isn't too bad. You guys can see how much damage Confusion is doing, and knowing that I have 2-to-1 shields here, they have to get off 3 Hydro Cannons, which is very, very ideal for us. We can easily build up to 2 V-Creates right here, and I go ahead and throw the first one. This will be getting the shield from the Swampert, or they just completely let it go, and maybe they go down. They let it go, but they barely survived. Oh, that would have been beautiful. I am going to have to shield right here. and I'm going to have to commit to the farm down. That is very unfortunate, but I can get a V-Create off here against the Skarmory. Now, Skarmory is also loaded on energy, which means it's likely going to be going for a Sky Attack, but we'll have to see. We're going to go ahead and throw this V-Create that does get the shield, and they're going to go ahead and try to throw their energy, and I decide to swap into a Azumarill to force them to throw. You guys saw that I basically had a V-Create ready. I did the confusion, right, so the energy went out, so I have it when I swap back in, but we get to the Hydro Pump in time to take out the Skarmory anyways, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Okay, moving into this next one. We have Azumarill versus Venusaur lead. So again, I'm guessing Galarian Stunfisk in the back. We'll have to see what their safe swap is. It's another Sableye. So again, treating this the same. We go straight for Shadow Bone right here, looking to put pressure on them mid-game. Sometimes they like to shield, which is perfectly fine with me. Other times, they don't. And most Sableyes won't when you're rocking Shadow Bone right there. We're going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. Again, we're looking to win with Victini late game 2-to-1 shields. That is the absolute game plan right here. And we're going to go ahead and come in with the Azumarill, farm down with Bubble, and have loaded energy for that Venusaur in the back. We're also not going to be giving up any shields to a return. Sableye is free to go for it, but again, my win condition is 2-to-1 shields like before. So we're going to go ahead, let this thing go. It is going to be returned, but we wouldn't get any advantages if we do decide to shield this. So we just let it go and farm down. Now, what's important here with Venusaurs is they have to shield, right? The Ice Beam won't one-shot, but in order to win this matchup, you have to get a shield from Venusaur, otherwise it's game over. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Play Rough, and they didn't shield. That is a good call by my opponent, reading basically what I'm running, that they didn't need to shield that potential Ice Beam right there. They could survive, and this is where Victini versus Galarian Stunfisk is a lot tougher matchup. Like we saw before, we won the 2-to-1 shield because we could land a V-Create. The 2-to-2 shield is definitely incredibly tough because they will outspam us with those rock slides, and we can spam the V-Creates right here. So this is basically going to be a good game. I'm going to go ahead and go for a V-Create. This is obviously going to be getting shields from my opponent, and I'm going to try to see if I can time the potential swap in. As you guys can see, my Azumarill, I should have probably gone for one more confusion right there. As you guys can see, my Azumarill switch clock is almost back up. So I'm going to go ahead and try to swap. We get it. Okay, we got the swap. Do we have a V-Create banked? Can Hydro Pump? This is where Ice Beam would have been really, really nice. Hydro Pump right here is not going to be enough to KO, which is unfortunate. They're going to be able to farm us down, and I'm just like, please tell me I left with a V-Create right here. No, one fast move away, and they will be getting to the Sludge Bomb in time. So that is going to be a good battle, very well played to my opponent, but they read me well, right? They didn't shield that Venusaur, which if you're running this team, you have to get the shield from Venusaur in order to win or catch a charge move, which I was hoping to do. Alright, moving to this next battle, we got Azumarill versus Lickitung again on the lead. So I'm going to play this the same as before, where we're going to get Lickitung low. We're going to come in with Victini and farm up and look to sweep endgame with Victini or Alolan Marowak. Charge move now coming through. It's going to be Power Whip right here, and we're just going to let it go. We're going to go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump right here, looking to do a lot of neutral damage, and we'll have to see if they decide to shield or not. So they're going to go ahead and let it go, which is great for us. Hopefully we can get to the Play Rough in time, and again, another charge move coming through. I think this is going to be Body Slam, so I'm going to go ahead and let it go. If it's Power Whip, so be it, but it is just going to be a Body Slam, so hopefully I can get to Play Rough in time. One fast move away. I don't get to it this time. That is unfortunate. Now, they have two shields, which is definitely different than the previous matchup where we saw against that shiny Lickitung earlier in the video, where we got a shield and got it low. So what we have to do is obviously not give up any shields as well, but we need to farm down, and hopefully they don't have any hard counters in the back. They have an Azumarill. I'm like, great. Okay. We got to go for Psychic right here. This is going to do neutral damage here to Azumarill. We're going to go ahead and swap into a Alolan Marowak, and they swap right away into Medicham, which is really, really nice. Even if they stayed in with Azumarill, it would have still been pretty much a GG because I have two shields with Hex and Shadow Bone right here. So this is obviously going to be doing super effective damage. They let it go, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and I believe I shield this first charge move. Yeah, it's most likely going to be a Psychic, and hopefully I can farm down right here. My win condition is with Alolan Marowak and tons of energy. That's what's very, very important. And as well, counting the charge moves or fast moves, they didn't get to another Psychic, which means it's just Power Up Punch, and I can fully farm down. And this is why Alolan Marowak can be so deadly late game and mid game, is because of its energy with Hex and Shadow Bone and having Fire Blast there as well. So we're just going to go ahead and just keep throwing Shadow Bones right here. This is going to be getting shields from the Azumarill. We have a shield ourselves, so we can shield the potential Hydro Pump that they might throw, but bubbles are not going to be enough damage to take us out quick enough at the pace that we can get to multiple Shadow Bones right here. So we will just shield. I believe this is still just going to be an Ice Beam. That wasn't enough bubbles for Hydro Pump, but I need to shield anyway so I can get to 2 Shadow Bones. We're going to go ahead and throw this first one. This is going to get the Azumarill low, and the second one will be taking it out, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Still have Victini in the back as well. So well played to my opponent. Again, same strategy as before. Let these guys sweep endgame once we get the Lickitung out of the way. Alright, and I believe that was the final battle there, was it? Nope, we got another one. Alright, so we have Azumarill on the lead versus Umbreon. Alright, very positive matchup. And they're going to switch out right away into defense form Deoxys, which is very nice. Obviously, Umbreon on the lead is very good for us against our back line, so we want to keep that with Azumarill. We're going to go ahead and let this charge move go through. It is going to be Rock Slide, which will do super effective damage, but you can survive it. And we're going to go ahead and load up now. I get a bit of lag right here, and I'm like, okay, we still got fast moves through as we saw the energy go up there from Shadow Bone, but this isn't going to KO, and they let it go, which is unfortunate right here. And I'm going to go ahead and go for Shadow Bone, but we CMP tied, I believe, or maybe I'm one turn behind. I am going to go ahead and shield and hope that it didn't throw the Shadow Bone, but it did, which means it's really unfortunate. I really don't like the one turn CMP tie delays. It's very, very annoying. So we're going to go ahead and farm down. Now we will be seeing the Umbreon come back in, and hopefully we can get to a Fire Blast in time. We're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Bone actually. If I can get a debuff right here, this is going to be very, very nice for us, because the Bubbles and Play Rough will be doing more damage as well. We do get a defense drop right there, which is huge. They're looking to commit to the farm down, so I'm going to go ahead and blast them, right? You're going to let Alolan Marowak just try to farm me down. I'm going to blast you, and you got a defense drop right here. That's a lot of damage. Almost completely took it out. We're going to go ahead and bring in Azumarill right here, and they're going to swap right away into Shadow Hypno. Now, what's tough here with Shadow Hypno is confusions do a lot of damage even though it is resisted, especially after we do a V create. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and shield this first charge move. It is going to be a Thunder Punch, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that was a Shadow Ball, but now we need to go for double V creates. We have quite a bit of energy on Azumarill, at least a couple bubbles on Azumarill, so this double V create right here should be getting both shields from the Hypno. But they CMP tied with us, which is unfortunate. I'm hoping it's just another Thunder Punch, which it is. And we barely survive right there, able to get to another V-Create in time. This is going to get that final shield, but it's going to be up to Azumarill in order to close this game out for us. Now, the Hypno did farm me down, and hopefully I can get to the Play Rough in time now. I'm worried they're going to try to swap out, but they go ahead and throw the charge move. This is going to be Thunder Punch. Their switch clock is back up, and I know this Umbreon is coming back in with loaded energy and throwing Last Resorts. Here comes the first one. Now, I can't farm this thing down. I cannot get to 2 Play Roughs or even 2 Ice Beams if I had it. So what I need to do is actually throw a Play Rough right here and hope that I can win the race to the charge move versus the Hypno. We undercharge it as well just in case, but this is going to be a race now to the next charge move. Who's going to get to it in time? We get to it in time. That's perfect. The Hypno was one turn away right there from being able to click Thunder Punch, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent, really pushing it to the end right there. And that, I believe, was the final battle. Yeah, that was. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. How is Go Battle going for you? We are coming to the end here of Season 7. I'm excited for the start of Season 8. I'm looking forward to whatever updates they have, and I hope it's at the start of the season and not in the mid-season. So like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.